Hello friends, welcome to Prashant IAS. So friends, in the last class, we have completed our discussion with the topic of summer solstice, winter solstice, autumn equinox and spring equinox. Okay, so till now we have completed the discussion with both the solstice and both the equinoxes. Okay, and in the previous classes, I have also taught you about the concept of the rotation of earth. Okay, so I think that all of you must have remembered the classes in which I taught you about the rotation of earth. So friends, in this class we will continue our discussion further and I will teach you about the topic of time zones. So friends, let's begin. Friends, here on the screen in this diagram you can see the diagram of our planet Earth. Okay, and on the diagram of Earth I have drawn certain lines. Okay, so I think that all of you must have remembered that these are nothing but the meridians of longitudes. Okay, so what are these lines or semicircles? These are meridians of longitudes. Okay, so now let us recollect what we have learned so far. So what is meridian of longitude? So meridian of longitude is nothing but imaginary semicircles running from North Pole to South Pole. Okay, so what is meridians of longitude? So meridians of longitude are the imaginary semicircles. Okay, so first thing is that they are imaginary semicircles. Okay, so first of all they are imaginary semicircles, and second thing, they are running from North Pole to South Pole. Okay, so as you can see in this diagram that this is a meridian of longitude. This is running from North Pole to South Pole. Okay, and they are semicircles. Now friends, there is a very good and excellent application of the concept of meridians of longitude and rotation. And this application is called as time zones. Okay, and many a times UPSC has asked the question in the prelims exam from the topic of time zones. So in this class we will discuss about the topic of time zones. So friends, let's suppose that this semicircle, okay, definitely this is starting from North Pole and it is ending on South Pole. Okay, or we can say it in just opposite manner also, that it is starting from South Pole and it is ending on North Pole. Okay, so they are semicircles running between North Pole and South Pole. Okay, so let us suppose that this semicircle running from North Pole to South Pole is, let's suppose, 30 degree east. Okay, let's suppose this is 30 degree east meridian of longitude. Now friends, I am drawing certain points or certain places on this 30 degree east meridian of longitude. So let's suppose this is place number 1. Okay, so this is place number 1 which is situated on 30 degree east meridian of longitude. Now after that, let's suppose that this is place number 2 situated on 30 degree east meridian of longitude. And in the end, let us suppose that this is place number 3 which is also located on 30 degree east meridian of longitude. Now I have a very interesting question for all of you. Now my question is that whether all these 3 places, place number 1, place number 2 and place number 3, whether the time will be same on all these 3 places or the time will be different on all these 3 places. Okay, time is same means, for example, if there is 6 p.m. at place number 1, then if time is same, then there will be 6 p.m. at place number 2 and 6 p.m. at place number 3. And if time is different, then we can say that if there is 6 p.m. at place number 1, then the time will be something different on place number 2. Let's say that the time is 5 p.m. at place number 2 and the time is 4 p.m. at place number 3. Okay, so this means that the time is different. So now are you getting what is my question? So my question is that whether the time will be different or the time will be same on all these 3 places. So kindly pause the video and give your answer in the comment section, and then I will give you the answer and then I will explain you the entire concept of time zones. So friends, now let's see that what is the correct answer. So the correct answer is that the time will be same on all these 3 places. It means that if it is 6 p.m. on place number 1, then it will be 6 p.m. at place number 2 and place number 3 also. Okay. Now friends, do you wonder that why the time will be same and all these three places? Okay, so this is a very interesting question, that why the time will be same on all these three places. So actually what happens friends, that this is a general rule and the concept of time zones is based on that rule. Okay, so first of all, let us study this rule and then I will tell you the reasoning behind that rule, that what is the reason for that rule. So the rule is that all the places on a meridian of longitude will have same time. What is the rule? Rule is that all the places, I am writing the rule for you. If you want, you can note it down in your copies, in your notebooks. Okay, all the places on a meridian of longitude, all the places on a meridian of longitude will always have same time. Okay, so this is a thumb rule. Okay, so this is a very important rule, that all the places on a meridian of longitude will have same time. So here you can see that this red line is actually 30° east meridian of longitude, and as the place number 1, place number 2 and place number 3, all these three places are lying on the same meridian of longitude, that's why the time will be same on all these three places. Why? Because they are lying on the same meridian of longitude, that is 30° east. So if it is 6 p.m. at place number 1, then it will be 6 p.m. at place number 2 and it will be 6 p.m. at place number 3. And even we can say that all the places along this meridian of longitude, along the same meridian of longitude, will experience the same time. Okay, now let's see that why this happens. Okay, so now we know the rule, but now we need to know the reasoning behind the rule. Okay, so that if a question is asked in mains, then we can also answer that question. So friends, let's suppose that this is the position of sun. Okay, so we are just assuming that this is the position of sun and this is our sun. Okay, and now we know that. Okay, so now there is one more question for you. So now the next question for you is that, and actually I have taught you this question in the previous classes, that what is the direction of rotation of earth? Okay, what is my question? My question is that what is the direction of rotation of earth? So in the previous classes only I told you that the earth rotates from west to east. Okay, means in this direction earth rotates. Okay, so kindly see the diagram carefully. This is the direction of rotation of earth. So from west to east earth rotates, and this is the simple reason why sun always rises in the east. Okay, so if anyone asks you next time that why sun always rises in the east, so the reason is that because earth rotates from west to east, this is the reason why the sun rises in the east. Okay, now you know that in this direction the earth is rotating. So it means that, okay, so it means that now let us take again the example of 30° east meridian of longitude. Okay, so you can see that this is a line along this semicircle. So all the places which are along one semicircle, means which are lying on one meridian of longitude. Let's suppose 30° east meridian of longitude. So all the places which are lying or which are on the 30° east meridian of longitude, okay, the sunlight will fall on all these places simultaneously. Okay, means all these places will experience sunrise together. Okay, why? Because the earth is rotating like this, because the earth is rotating from west to east. The earth is rotating from west to east. Okay, this is the only reason that all the places on one meridian of longitude, they are experiencing the sunrise and sunset together. Okay, so when the sunlight will go away, when the sun will set, so it will happen simultaneously. It will happen together on all these places lying on 30° east meridian of longitude or on any meridian of longitude. Okay, and let's suppose if there is 12 moon, okay, means the time is of overhead sun. So if the sun is overhead at place number 1, then the sun will be overhead at place number 2 and the sun will be overhead at place number 3. Okay, means all these places on 30 degree east meridian of longitude. Okay, so if one place is experiencing 12 noon, then all the places will simultaneously experience the 12 noon. Why? Because you can clearly understand this from the pattern of rotation of earth, from the direction of rotation of earth. Okay, so due to the rotation of earth from west to east direction, it is clearly visible that all the places on one meridian of longitude, all the places on this one semicircle running from north pole to south pole will experience the sunlight together, and the sunlight will go away from all these places together. Okay, so this is the reason. So what is our rule of thumb? Our rule of thumb is that all the places on one meridian of longitude will have same time. Now let's move forward. Now friends, before carrying our discussion forward, I have one more question for you, and actually I have already taught you this question in the previous classes. So now my question is that in total how many meridians of longitude are there? Okay, what is my question? My question is that in total how many meridians of longitude are there? Okay, so friends, kindly pause the video and give your answer in the comment section. And now I am giving you the answer. So the answer to this question is that in total there are 360 meridian of longitude. Okay, in total there are 360 meridians of longitude. And in the previous classes I have explained you that how to count the meridians of longitude, and how the total number of meridians of longitude is 360. Okay, so we can clearly see on this diagram that this is prime meridian, and it is also called as 0 degree meridian of longitude. Okay, and this is east direction. Okay, and this is west direction. Okay, so the meridians which are to the east of prime meridian, they will be called as east meridians of longitude. For example, this is 15 degree east meridian of longitude. This is 30 degree east meridian of longitude. In the similar way, the longitudes which are to the west of prime meridian, they are called as west meridians of longitude. For example, this is 30 degree west meridian of longitude. Okay, and now friends, what happens that there are in total 180 meridians of longitude to the east of prime meridian and 180 meridians of longitude to the west of prime meridian. Okay, so how to count them? So again I am telling you that one is prime meridian, which is 0 degree. Okay, so one is prime meridian, which is 0 degree. Now 180 meridians of longitude to the east and 180 meridians of longitude to the west. And there is a very interesting fact that 180 degree east and 180 degree west, they are the same meridian of longitude. Okay, means both of these meridians of longitude lie on the same line. Means they are like Shaktiman and Gangadhar. They are the same thing. Okay, so now we have counted it twice. We have counted it in the east direction as well as in the west direction. So now we have to subtract 1. Okay, so when you will add, so these 1 will cancel out, and totally how many meridians of longitude are there? So total 360 meridians of longitude are there. Okay, now friends, from your childhood, since your childhood, you must have listened one thing. So if I ask you one very simple question, okay, and even a child can give answer to this question, that in a day, how many hours are there? What is my question? My question is that in a day, how many hours are there? So anybody can give answer to this question. Okay, so we know that there are 24 hours in a day. Okay, but have you ever wondered that why a day is only having 24 hours? Why it can't have 23 hours or 25 hours? Why it can't have 22 hours or let's say 26 hours? Okay, so have you ever wondered that why a day is only having 24 hours? So this is a very interesting fact. You must have wondered that why a day is only having 24 hours. So friends, today I will give you the answer to this question. So friends, I told you that there are in total 360 meridians of longitude. Okay, so what happens that we have divided these 360 meridians of longitudes in 24 parts. Okay, for the matter of convenience. What happens that we have divided these 360 meridians of longitude in 24 parts as a matter of convenience. and each of this part is called as 1 hour. Okay, so what happens that we have divided these 360 meridians of longitude in 24 parts, or we can say that in 24 hours, for the matter of convenience, so that we can keep track of time, so that we can track the time. Okay, so let's do a simple calculation. So if you will divide 360 by 24, so what will happen? So the result will come as 15 degree. Now what does this calculation signify? Do you know that what does this calculation signify? So now you know that there are 24 hours. Why? Because we have divided the 360 meridians of longitude on the surface of Earth into 24 parts, where each part represents 1 hour for the matter of our convenience, so that we can keep track of time. Okay, but when I am saying that we are dividing 360 meridians of longitude in 24 hours, so what is our result? So our result is 15 degree. Now what does this 15 degree signifies? So this 15 degree signifies that when Earth will rotate by 15 degree, okay, and here 15 degree means we are talking in terms of meridians of longitude. When the Earth will rotate 15 degree, then Earth will take 1 hour of time. Okay, so this simply means that Earth rotates 15 degree in 1 hour. Okay, and this calculation is based on the fact that we have divided the entire Earth into 360 meridians of longitude, and we have said that Earth is rotating 360 degree in 24 hours. So this simply means that the Earth will rotate 15 degrees in 1 hour. Okay, so what is the significance of this calculation? So this calculation tells us that the Earth takes 1 hour. The Earth takes 1 hour to rotate 15 degree. Now there is one more significance. Now let us see that what is that significance. Now the second significance is, for example, let's say that this meridian of longitude is 15 degree east meridian of longitude, and let's say that this meridian of longitude is 30 degree east meridian of longitude. So if I will ask you a simple question, that what is the difference in degrees between these two longitudes, then you can clearly see that 30 minus 15 is equal to 15. So you can say that, sir, there is a difference of 15 degrees between these two meridians of longitude. So this simply means that if you will calculate time, or if you will see time between these two meridians of longitude, then there will be a time difference of 1 hour between these two meridians of longitude. Okay, now what does it mean? It simply means that all the places which are lying on 30 degree east meridian of longitude, and all the places which are lying on 15 degree east meridian of longitude, so there will be a time difference, there will be a time gap of 1 hour on all these places. Okay, for example, we can say that all the places lying on 30 degree east meridian of longitude will be ahead of time by all the places lying on 15 degree east meridian of longitude by 1 hour. Okay, so this is the significance of this entire story. Now let's move forward. So friends, here on the screen you can see a world map, and on this world map the time zones are given. Okay, now I want to ask you one very important question. So now my question is that, do you know that which meridian, okay, means meridian of longitude, so which meridian of longitude is actually treated as the standard meridian of longitude for synchronizing the world time? Okay, what is my question? My question is that which meridian is treated as the standard meridian of longitude for synchronizing the world time. Okay, so now we know that in the era of globalization, what happens, that the nations are very much interdependent on each other. Okay, they are interdependent on trade, okay, on services. There is a very large volume of movement of people around the countries. Okay, large volume of movement of goods and services. Okay, content over internet. So actually there was a need to synchronize the world time. Okay, why? Because we see that on different places on earth, the sun will rise at different time and the sun will set at different time. If a place on the earth is experiencing day, so on the other hand, some places on the earth must be experiencing morning, evening, and even the some places must be experiencing night. Okay, so in this so much diversity of time, okay, how to synchronize the time? So actually we needed a standard meridian for, okay, and by keeping that meridian standard, we need to synchronize the world time. Okay, so what happened, that the meridian which passes through Greenwich, okay, the meridian which passes through British Royal Observatory in Greenwich, London, this meridian is treated as the standard meridian for synchronizing the world time. Okay, so this meridian is also known as prime meridian, or we can also call it as Greenwich meridian. Okay, and it's and what is its value in degree? So it is known as 0 degree meridian of longitude. Okay, this one. So this dotted meridian of longitude you can see on the map, and this is actually passing through Greenwich, London. Okay, so this meridian of longitude 0 degree, this is known as prime meridian, and this Greenwich meridian is actually treated as the standard meridian for synchronizing the world time. Okay, and the time of Greenwich is known as Greenwich Mean Time. Okay, so the time at Greenwich is known as Greenwich Mean Time. In short form, we can call it as GMT. Okay, so this is the standard meridian, and the time at Greenwich is known as Greenwich Mean Time. Okay. Now friends, on the world map, you can see that this is 0 degree meridian of longitude. Okay, okay, and so this is called prime meridian or Greenwich meridian. Now you can see that this is east direction, and this is east direction, and this is west direction. Okay, so now actually what happens, that okay, and now I told you one thing, that what is the direction of rotation of earth. So I just told you that the earth rotates from west to east. Okay, now let us suppose that the earth is rotating from west to east, and this is sun. So if the earth is rotating from west to east direction, then which places will experience the sunrise first? Eastern places or western places? So if you will be able to imagine this, that the earth is rotating in this direction, the earth is rotating in this direction, so definitely all the places in the east, all the places in the east will experience the sunlight first, or they will experience the sunrise first. Okay, so what happens, that all the places which are to the east of Greenwich, or the eastern places, they first experiences the sunrise, or they first experiences the sunlight. Okay, and all the places, okay, and as we will go more and more to the west, okay, so now all the westward places will experiences the sunlight later. Okay, so what happens friends, that if we are considering Greenwich meridian to be the standard meridian for synchronizing the world time, okay, so what happens, that all the places which are to the east of Greenwich, all the places which are to the east of Greenwich, they are actually ahead of time from Greenwich meridian, and all the places which are to the west of Greenwich, all the places which are to the west of Greenwich meridian, they are actually, so all the places to the west of prime meridian, they are actually behind in time. Okay, or they are actually behind in time from the Greenwich time. Okay, now how this actually goes on, because I know that this is little bit technical, so some of the students may be finding it difficult to understand this entire concept. Okay, so now don't worry, I will give you one very beautiful example, and with the help of that example I will explain you this entire concept. So friends, for understanding this concept, I am taking the help of an example. So before starting our example, we have to do a little exercise. So you can see this dotted line here, okay, this line. So let's say that this is 0 degree, or what we can say that this is prime meridian. Now let's suppose, okay, and if we are going in this direction, then it is east, and if we are going in this direction, then this is west. Now let's mark all the meridians. Okay, so let's suppose that now this is 15 degree east meridian of longitude. Okay, this is 30 degree east meridian of longitude. This is 45 degree east meridian of longitude. This is let's say 60 degree east meridian of longitude. Okay, and in this way, let's say that this is 90 degree east meridian of longitude. This is 105 degree. This is 120 degree. This is 135 degree. This is 150 degree. This is 165 degree, and finally this is 180 degree east meridian of longitude. Now in the similar way, we have to draw the meridians to the west. Okay, so again this is 15 degree west. This is okay, so let me draw it more properly. This is 30 degree west. This is 45 degree west. Okay, and in this way we can draw all the meridians of longitude. So first of all, let me draw all the meridians for you. Okay, so there is a problem here. Actually here I have missed 75 degree. Actually I have missed here 75 degrees. So let me draw it again. Okay, so first of all, let me draw it again more properly, and then I will show you the diagram. So now I have drawn all the meridians of longitude. Okay, you can see on the diagram. So these all are the eastern meridian of longitude. Okay, so this is east, and these all are the western meridian of longitude. So this is west. Okay, now friends, let us take our example. So now let's say that today, okay, so first of all, let us talk about time at 0 degree meridian of longitude. Okay, so let's say that the date at 0 degree meridian of longitude is 25th of December. Okay, what is the date? The date is 25th of December at 0 degree meridian of longitude, and the time is 8 p.m. So are you getting my point, what I am saying? So I am saying that the date is 0 degree at 0 degree meridian of longitude, or the prime meridian, is 25th of December, means it is Christmas. And what is the time? The time is 8 p.m. Now let's see that what will be the time at different places. Okay, now I have told you that all the places which are to the east of prime meridian, they will be ahead in time of prime meridian. For example, the time difference between 0 degree and 15 degree east will be 1 hour. Okay, means if it is 8 p.m., 25th December 8 p.m. at prime meridian, then the time at 15 degree east meridian of longitude will be 9 p.m. Okay, so then the time at 30 degree east meridian of longitude will be 10 p.m. The time at 45 degree east meridian of longitude will be 11 p.m. The time at 60 degree east meridian of longitude will be 12 o'clock. And 12 o'clock means that now from here the next day has been started. So now what is the time at 60 degree east meridian of longitude? The time at 16 degree east meridian of longitude is 12 o'clock, or in the standard time we can say 0.00 or 0 hours. And what is the date? And the date is 26th of December. Okay. Now what will be the time at 75 degree? So at 75 degree the time will be 1 a.m. The time at 90 degree will be 2 a.m., then 3 a.m., then 4 a.m., then 5 a.m., then 6 a.m., then 7 a.m., and then 8 a.m. So it means that at 100 degree east meridian of longitude, the time will be 8 a.m. in the morning. And what is the date? The date is 26th of December. Okay. So you can see the game of time. All the places which are to the west of this 60 degree, all the places which are to the west of this 60 degree east meridian of longitude, still they are celebrating Christmas. There is 25th of December. But all the places which are to the east of this 60 degree east meridian of longitude, now the date has changed. Now the date is 26th of December, means now the Christmas has gone. Okay, and what is the date and time at 100 degree east meridian of longitude? So at 100 degree east meridian of longitude, the time will be 8 a.m. morning. Okay, and what will be the date? The date will be 26th of December. Now this place from where this meridian of longitude passes. So actually this region is the Siberia region and it belongs to Russia. Okay, so in the Siberia of Russia, the date will be 26th of December and the time will be 8 a.m. Okay, now let's check the same details for the western longitudes to the prime meridian. So friends, now let us check it out the same thing for the western longitudes. Okay, so now we know that if the date is 25th of December and the time is 8 p.m. at the Greenwich meridian, so we know that all the meridians of longitude which are to the west of Greenwich meridian, they actually lag in time, or they are actually behind in time to the time which is actually present at the Greenwich meridian. So if it is 8 p.m. at the Greenwich meridian, then at 15 degree west, what will be the time? So definitely the time will be before, the time will be behind, means it will be 7 p.m. It will be 7 p.m. at 15 degree west. At 13 degree west, it will be 6 p.m. At 45 degree, the time will be 5 p.m. At 60 degree, the time will be 4 p.m. At 75 degree, the time will be 3 p.m. Then 2 p.m. Then 1 p.m. At 120 degree west, the time will be 12 noon. Okay, so at 120 degree west, the time will be 12 noon. Okay, and if we will go more west beyond 120 degrees, so what will happen? At 135 degree west, the time will be 11 a.m. Okay, at 115 degree west, the time will be 10 a.m. Okay, and what is the date? The date is 25th of December. Okay, the same date is there. You can see that the date has not changed. At 165 degree, the time will be 9 a.m. and at 180 degree west, the time will be 8 a.m. Now what does it mean? So now friends, what happens actually, that 180 degree west, so it means that this place is, let's say that at 180 degree west, there is a very famous place, Alaska. Okay, and this Alaska actually belongs to United States of America. Now at 180 degree west, what is the date? The date is 25th of December. But what is the time? The time is 8 a.m. What is time? Time is 8 a.m. Now friends, carefully examine 180 degree west and 180 degree east meridian of longitude. So at 180 degree east meridian of longitude and at 180 degree west meridian of longitude, means at both the places the time is 8 a.m. Okay, you can clearly see that at 180 degree east and at 180 degree west, in both the places the time is 8 a.m. means the time is same. But if you will examine the date, then at 180 degree west, the date is 25th of December, means still there is Christmas. But at 180 degree east, the date is 26th of December, means now this is the next date. So you can clearly see that if you will compare 180 degree west and 180 degree east, okay, so there is a clear cut difference of 1 day. There is a clear cut difference of 1 day, means at 180 degree west, you can clearly see that it is 25th of December, okay, and 8 a.m. and at 180 degree east, it is 26th of December and 8 a.m. means there is a clear cut difference of 1 day between 180 degree west and 180 degree east meridians of longitude. Now friends, if you can remember the beginning of this lecture, so in the beginning of this lecture I told you one very interesting thing, that 180 degree east and 180 degree west, they are the same meridians of longitude. It means that they are like Shaktiman and Gangadhar. Even though we are calling them from different names, but physically it is the same line. Okay, so you can clearly see that this zigzag line on the map, you can clearly see this zigzag line which I am highlighting in the red color. Actually, this zigzag line is called as 180 degree west meridian of longitude, and this same line is called as 180 degree east meridian of longitude. Okay, so as the name of the single person was Shaktiman and the name of that person only was Gangadhar, in the similar way this zigzag line is called as 180 degree west meridian of longitude, and the same zigzag line is called as 180 degree east meridian of longitude. Okay, now due to this beautiful feature, a very interesting name has been given to this zigzag line. So this zigzag line is actually called as international date line. What is this line? This line is called as international date line. Okay, now friends, a very interesting question arises again. Now the second important question is that why this line is actually called as international date line. What is the question? The question is that why this line is called as international date line. So just now I told you one very interesting thing, that all the places for example, this is international date line and this place is to the west of international date line. Okay, and this place, actually this region and this region, they are same. We know that the earth is a sphere. Okay, but as this map has been drawn on the flat surface and you are seeing this map, this lecture on your mobile screen or laptop or tablet screen, which are also flat surfaces. So actually this map is drawn on a two-dimensional surface, but actually the earth is a sphere. Okay, so this portion and this portion, they are the same. Okay, so this portion and this portion, both of these portions are same. So this is to the east. Okay, so these places, actually when I am saying this place, so it means this place. Okay, so this place is actually to the east of international date line. No, I am really sorry. Actually, I just want to say that this is the eastern part. Okay, means this place, or we can also say that this place is to the east of prime meridian. Okay, so I have just explained you that all these places, this place means this place which I am highlighting in the red color, and this place, first of all, both of these places are same. Okay, so if you will see the globe of earth, then you will understand it more easily. But as I am teaching it to you on a two-dimensional surface, so that's why this problem is happening. Okay, but actually what is the scene, that this place and this place, both of these places are same, and these both places are to the east of prime meridian. You can see that these are to the east of prime meridian, and all these places means all these places, these are to the west of prime meridian. Okay, that's why I have written here west and I have written here east. Okay, so I am again explaining it to you that actually this place belongs to this place belongs to the west of prime meridian, and this place belongs to the east of prime meridian. Why? Because this place and this place, both of them are actually same. Okay, but friends, if you will notice the international date line carefully. Okay, so this is our international date line, this zigzag line. So if you will notice the international date line carefully, so actually, okay, so now listen to me carefully, because this is a little bit difficult concept which I am explaining to you, that this place, okay, this place is actually to the east, this place is actually to the west of prime meridian. Okay, so this thing I have told you that this place is to the west of prime meridian, and then I told you that this place, okay, and this place, both of them are same, so they are to the east of prime meridian, means this place is to the east of prime meridian. But friends, if our reference is not prime meridian, if our reference is not prime meridian, if our reference is international dateline, then you will observe that actually this direction is eastern direction. This is called east for international dateline. And this direction means this place, and actually obviously this place also. Okay, so actually this place is west to the international dateline. So what I am telling you is that the places which are to the east of prime meridian, they are actually to the west of international dateline, and the places which are to the west of prime meridian, they are to the east of international dateline. For example, this green highlighted region, okay, this green highlighted region, this is to the east of prime meridian, this is to the west of prime meridian. Okay, this green highlighted region, this is to the west of prime meridian, but you can clearly see that this is to the east of international dateline. Okay, now I am rubbing this green highlighted region. Okay, and let's change the color. Let's take pink color. Okay, so now this pink highlighted region, okay, and this pink highlighted region, both of these regions are same, and you can clearly see that both of these regions are to the east. Okay, both of these regions are to the east of prime meridian. But if you will look at the direction of these regions by taking the reference of international dateline, then you will find that actually these are to the west of international dateline. Okay, so actually why I have explained you this concept in such a detail, because this is a little tricky concept, and sometimes when UPSC asks question from this section, so students get confused, and instead of studying this topic in detail, and instead of knowing each and everything about the topic, they mark the wrong answers. That's why I am teaching you this topic in such a detail and in such a depth. Okay, so now you know that this place is to the east of international dateline, and this place is to the west of international dateline. Okay, now I have told you that this actually, for example, we can take the example of Alaska. Okay, so let's say that this is Alaska of United States of America, and this is Siberia. Okay, so this is Siberia, which belongs to Russia. Now I told you one thing, friends, that what was the date and time in Siberia, Russia. So in the Siberia, I told you date was 26th of December and the time was 8 a.m. Kindly listen to this concept carefully, otherwise in future you will not be able to understand this. Okay, so in Siberia, what will be the time and date? The time will be 8 a.m. and the date will be 26th of December. And in Alaska, means which is to the east of international dateline, what is the time? The time is again 8 a.m. But what is the date? The date is 25th of December. This is very important thing. Okay, means the places which are to the east of international dateline, the places which are to the east of international dateline, all these places are experiencing 8 a.m. 25th of December. But the places which are to the west of international dateline, these places are experiencing 8 a.m. 26th of December. So this simply means that let's suppose a person named as Chandu. Okay, this is the boy and the name of this boy is Chandu. Now this boy lives in Siberia of Russia. Okay, now for Chandu, what is the time? 8 a.m. and what is the date? 26th of December. But what happened that Chandu just started walking, and Chandu crossed the international dateline, and Chandu reached to the east of international dateline. So what will happen, that when Chandu will reach to the east of international dateline, then what will happen, that the time will be 8 a.m. for Chandu, but the date will become 25th of December. Now what does it mean? It means that earlier for Chandu the date was 26th of December, but now for Chandu the date is 25th of December. It means that Chandu has gained one extra day. What happened? That the Chandu has gained one extra day. Now let us take one more example. Let's suppose there is one more boy, and the name of this boy is, let's suppose, Bholu. Okay, so the name of this boy is Bholu. Now what happened that the Bholu lives in the east. Bholu lives in the east to the international date line. Means for Bholu, the date is 25th of December and the time is 8 am. Suddenly what happened that the Bholu started moving, Bholu started walking, and he walked and he crossed the international date line. And what happened that he reached to the west of international date line. So now what will be the date for Bholu? So now for Bholu the date will be 26th of December. So it means that earlier for Bholu the date was 25th of December, but now for Bholu the date is 26th of December. So it simply means that the Bholu has lost one day. So this is a very simple rule that if you will move from west to east, if you will move from west to east or international date line, then you will gain one extra day. You will gain one extra day. And if you will move from east to west, if you will move from east to west on international date line, then what will happen? Then you will lose one day. Okay, and due to all these reasons, this line is known as international date line. Okay, this line is known as international date line because the date actually changes across this line. If a person is moving, if a person is crossing this line, then the date will be changed for that person. Due to these reasons, this line is known as international date line. Okay, so this is actually a standard reference point for the beginning of new date. Okay. Now friends, only 2-3 things are left about international date line, and now with this the topic of international date line will be completed. So now let's see that what are these things. Now friends, there is a one question for you, and this is your assignment, and I hope that all of you will do this assignment sincerely. So the assignment is that you can see here that the international date line is actually zigzag. This is not a straight line, this is a zigzag line. So now you need to find out that why international date line is zigzag and why it is not a straight line unlike other meridians of longitude. Okay, so you can see that others are straight, but the international date line is not a straight one. International date line is a zigzag line. Okay, means it is like this. Okay, and all these things. So what is your assignment? So now your homework is to find out that why the international date line is zigzag. So now we will discuss about the remaining things in the next class. So friends, I hope that all of you must have enjoyed the lecture, and if you have enjoyed the lecture, then please like the video, comment, subscribe the channel, press the bell icon and select all. And tell all of your friends who are preparing for UPSC about this channel. Okay, so now we will meet in next class. Till then, stay healthy, stay indoors, take care of yourself. Thank you.